Huh. Yeah.
Live from a flying circus.
Yep.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to DND404. I am your DM, Tony, and joined with me today are the other three gaming universes I'd rather be collecting my coins in. Fellas, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves, starting with the Jared.
What's going on, guys? Armo's checking in. Universe that I would like to live in, which I actually spent quite a bit of time in, Cyberpunk 2077. That universe was awesome. Super technology all over the place. Cybernetic enhancements. Send me in, coach.
Augment yourself today.
It's like
Call.
It's like a terrible place to live. It's so dark and depressing.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but the augmentations would be cool. I get
True,
what you're
it's
saying.
It's also got a lot of wubs.
Dan, what about you?
Hello, everybody. My name is Dan. I play Minas Pebblewalker, your tiny little Swarm Keeper Ranger, and I think I'm going to go with the Mist universe, where I get to make my own books, write my own books of worlds that I get to travel to through portals. I think it'd be cool to kind of go back and forth through all those mechanical worlds. How about you, Alec?
Yeah, my name is Alec. I play Drell of the Ashbourne. And the video game world I would like to live in is the Pokemon.
Son of a bitch!
Yeah, it wasn't only a show. It was also a video game.
It was a game first.
But yeah, it was great. I think it would be dope. What about you, Tony?
Honestly, Monster Hunter, dude. Monster. I mean, it sounds very scary. Giant monsters, dragons, and other things, attacking you, eating people. But like the ability to fight against that with giant swords, I'm all about it. I want to be a monster hunter. That sounds dope. Yeah. Fight giant monsters like we're doing today. But you know the deal. Before we give you the recap, we're going to do the rundown. And today's rundown is brought to you by Alec.
Okay, so for today's rundown, I want to go ahead and plug the merch. Yep, you heard it here. We have brand new merch out available now. Get the DM edition. So it's dope. It's cool. Tony would appreciate you repping them. So yeah, go check it out, DND404.com, and get some merch today.
Now you know the deal. We're going to go ahead and roll for the recap, where I roll a giant rubber foam D4 half eaten by my bunny, where I am number 1, 2 is Alec, 3 is Dan, and 4 is Jared.
I know how you're going to do it.
Huh?
Get ready.
How am I going to do it?
All right, put the dice on the desk right there in the corner of the right there. Yep. Okay, now stand up, push the chair out of the way. You're going to go ahead and kick the dice while it's on the table to the door, and it's going to roll it. Don't hurt yourself.
I feel like he's going to pull a hammy.
I mean, it is always the hard ones that he does the best on, so. And then the easy ones he messes up. Roundhouse. What?
Oh, he missed. He went a little high.
I told you. He's...
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that says PAX.
It's not me. No, PAX is in the corner.
I can't even see it.
I think it's a 3.
Is it me?
It's a 2.
Oh, it's 2.
See, this is why I don't like these, because every time you guys ask him to do some elaborate thing that he's got to do that's super hard, it always somehow ends up on me.
The good news is it fell in frame. I mean, we need a list of how many times it falls in frame. We're in the single digits, I'm sure.
Alec, why don't you go ahead and give us that recap?
Okay, so last episode on D&D 404, after slaying the dragon, you guys know the deal. It's loot time. We all got a bunch of cool new items. Armos also made us stinking rich with millions and millions of coins of gold. We then were able to use the device to activate the portal to travel to the Valley of Winds, where we found ourselves in a V-shaped valley, walking away from the portal, surrounded by wolves up on this side? Question mark. After exploring a little bit down the path, we came across what could be Drell's dad's axe? Brax? Question mark? but it was super big, stuck in a giant wolf. After that, and a little bit of contemplating back and forth on what to do, it was too late when Frostdune awoken. Turned out, dude's still alive. Or was he? Then the gang decided it was fight time. I know Drell popped off and did like hundreds of points of damage. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so, and that is where we're at right now. Menace is currently poisoned and Armos got an giant axe thrown at him. Bard, play that intro.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the world of Humbrea, featuring 3 first-time adventurers and 1 very patient DM. This is DND404. Fellas, boyos, welcome to session 117. We pick up in the middle of a frozen, rotting bout in the heart of the Valley of Winds in Frostdune's den. The 3 of you are currently on top of a frozen peninsula with a alleged undead god of some kind. Frostdune, the god of wolf, beasts, and pestilence, disease, is facing before you, and he was wielding Drell's father's axe, but instead of being fitted for Goliath, it is fitted to Frostdune. The axe is gargantuan, the size of a building. Around this frozen peninsula is a never-ending sea of bones. Everything that him and his clan of wolves have hunted over the thousands of years of roaming the realm. Frostdune is currently in front of Menace and Drell after delivering a very painful, a scorching frost rot breath. Now, just to recall, Frostdune is a full white wolf, and he has this blue frost energy coming out of his mouth with these piercing blue eyes, and he looks mostly healthy except for the fact that his right shoulder is nothing but bone and this blue cosmic energy that looks like to be swirling inside him and around him. This is the essence that had potentially revived him and why he is standing before you. We're going to pick up today's session on initiative 20, Menace.
All right, time to pop a vial. And I'm going to use an action to use some of that restorative ointment to get some health points back and also get rid of that poisoning effect because I don't want any of that.
Oh, you know what? I actually forgot you had the ointment. Maybe I knew subconsciously to set you up for this fight. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, so that's going to give me 14 hit points back.
You are no longer poisoned.
And then I look down at the SIDS, I'm like, oh, time to fire up. And I'm going to cast a 5th level, a Shardolin Stride as a bonus action.
You see that all the SIDS aren't really rocks at this point. They're like ice cubes. That's how cold it is here. It is currently negative 30 degrees.
They're all little ice SIDS. Oh my goodness.
Little ice rocks. They look like snowballs with legs.
So that now puts my total walking speed to 75.
Nice.
The rest of my turn, because I already used my action and bonus action, I am going to run up to the wolf and then past the wolf as it takes a bunch of fire damage.
And a Shardolin Stride makes it so I can't take an attack of opportunity against you, correct?
Correct, as you take 7 points of fire damage.
7 points of fire damage. As you singe some of the white furs off his giant wolf knuckle. 7 points of fire damage.
And you see these fiery skid marks as I rush past. And if you were to take a microscope to those skid marks, you'd see a bunch of written scorched letters that just say meh, 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 meh. That's my turn.
Staying on initiative 20 is a lair action. And as you look around, now this place had already gotten much darker once the fight had initiated, once Frostdune was resurrected in front of you. Except now, over on in the distance, you start noticing all these silhouettes of wolves. Although they seem like they're miles into the distance, on various ledges, you see that the shadowy figures of wolf silhouettes all look like they're in the pouncing position as they gaze onto the fight on this peninsula. Then we're going to move to initiative 11.
After seeing Drell and Menace getting poisoned, I worry about the rest of the fight. So I utter an incantation and I draw magic from lower planes to transform myself and gain benefits until the end of the spell. So it's called Trisha's Outerworldly Guise.
Trish's?
You are
Tasha's?
Tasha's. Sorry. Tasha's.
Who's Trisha?
Yeah, Trisha. Sorry. I was reading another word.
It's Tasha's hot cousin.
Yeah, right.
Whoa!
So basically, you gain the following benefits until the spell ends. You are immune from fire and poison, or radiant and necrotic damage. So I'm going to go fire and poison. You're immune to poison conditions or being charmed conditions, which I'm going to do lower planes.
Okay, so what benefits does Tasha's Otherworldly Guise give you besides being immune to poison and fire damage?
You gain 2 AC, and all weapons attacks are magical. You can attack twice instead of once when you use the attack action on your turn, and you ignore the benefit if you already have this feat, like attack action and things like that.
We're skipping past one that I think is wild.
Yes, spectral wings, and it gives you flying for 40 feet.
Armos can just fly now.
Oh.
I was gonna save that one for the movement. No, it's okay. So anyways, my movement, I fly, so I use that. It's a flippin' bonus action, which this is the most ridiculous skill there is. So I'm gonna fly up 40 feet, which I don't know if it's a good thing or not, but you know, why not? And then for my actual ability, I'm just gonna fireball him. That's what we're gonna do. Fly up and fireball from my staff, which does use charges.
Okay.
So he has to make a dexterity of 18 save.
18 dexterity saving throw. He fails.
All right, rolling, he takes 40 damage.
40 fire damage as you rise with your spectral wings and point your staff at him, and then a massive fireball launches as he takes the full brunt of the attack.
All right, so I fly up, I throw a fireball at the wolf, and look menacingly up in the air, anime style. Hiya!
He's going to use a legendary action at the end of your turn. Drell, he is going to attack you with the claw as he takes a nasty swipe at you. Attempts to make a nasty swipe at you with a 21 to miss. He snarls at you after taking this fire damage, and then we're going to move to initiative 10. Drell.
My turn. And then I'm just gonna fucking keep slashing at him because Drell is just like seething at the mouth with anger. Attacking recklessly, obviously. That's a nat 20. All right, my second attack, attacking recklessly, is a 27 to hit.
It's
And my third attack is a second nat 20. Let's
outta here,
go.
bro.
Let go. All right. Okay. That is 113 damage.
total.
Yes.
Oh, wow. 113 damage as you deliver these nasty blows in a blind rage. A ferocious rage. What does that sound like as you hack into him?
Well, so it is what you would call a menacing attack.
Oh.
So I'm just like I said, I'm just like completely, I almost feel like Drell is just, it's like a bull that sees red. He's just uncontrollably like angry, and that's another 8 damage. By the way, on the D8. Yeah. And then they have to, because it was a menacing attack, he has to make the DC save.
So what, being feared?
Yes.
He's immune.
Oh shit. That's right. Fuck. Okay, I'll still take the extra D8 damage. That's fine.
Yeah. Take whatever you can get.
Yeah, that's a total 121 damage then. Yeah, like I almost feel like if Armos or Minas tried to even talk to Drell, he wouldn't even like hear them. Like he's just like, he's so tunnel visioned right now. He's just like insanely angry and in just like full on attack mode.
Yeah, I would agree. And he's going to take a legendary action at the end of your turn, Drell. As you see, as he takes that nasty hit, as you slice around his legs and even manage to jump up and get just in his underbelly, you don't see any blood. You see this blue energy spewing out of him. And then he raises his head, he rears his body back, and he lets out a ferocious howl that reverberates not only through the icy mountains around you, the bones around the peninsula begin to shake, and your mind begins to rattle. Woo! Everybody make me a wisdom saving throw of a DC 23.
I can't even roll that high. So
Yeah, I'll need that 20 then as well. Whew. Failure for Menace.
oh my god, I almost rolled another nat 20. It's only a 14.
Got a 10.
All three of you are going to take 19 points of psychic damage. And as it howls, because you failed, Drell, it's going to leap out of the way. And it's not going to take an attack of opportunity here because you had failed the wisdom throw as you hold your head in pain.
Okay, am I able to do Stone's Endurance on something like that? It just says a reaction to reduce damage dealt to you by 1d12 plus 5.
I'll allow it because it's kind of like a blanket statement. Endurance, I'll allow it. It's one per short rest. It's not like a super cool ability, but yeah, you can use Stone's Endurance.
Oh, it's not super cool?
Super overpowered. What I was gonna say.
So that's only 7 HP I reduce my damage from.
And then it's going to leap with that legendary action as it lunges south. As you see, it picks up the axe that had been thrown towards Armos last turn. Armos, you're currently flying 40 feet up in the air, and this thing is almost side by side with you. Like the hump of its back is on your level because actually it's taller than you. You're 40 feet in the air. You're about eye level with the wolf at the moment. And he goes with that leaping action. He moves over to the axe that he's thrown and he picks it up with his mouth. Drell, that was the end of your turn. So we're going to move to initiative 7, which is Cross-Dune. And the first thing he's going to do is that he's going to throw his axe again at Drell. You see that on his initiative, he picks up the axe, flips his head around. Armos, you like spin in place for a second from the sheer force of this massive wolf coming into your space. And he is going to make an attack against you, Drell, as he throws the axe. Wow, with a nat 1. I'm impressed. I got a nat 1 on that. Damn.
Looks like he was feared.
And it lands wildly off track. More towards Minas, but lands in the divot that he created from it lands in the divot where his body was when you had first discovered him. He's going to use
The crater.
Yeah, the massive crater. He's going to use his next 2 attacks to attack Armos with a claw attack with a 26 to hit. Does that hit with your new AC?
Barely, but yes, no, it does.
That claw attack is going to deal 20 points of slashing damage, and then it's going to bite you with a 20 to hit.
Yep.
The bite is going to deal 16 points of piercing damage with an additional 9 points of poison damage.
I'm immune to poison.
You're immune to poison, and so you're not going to take that 9 points.
I'm going to take half of piercing.
Yes, you take half of the piercing damage. And then it is going to let out another howl as it howls. Now, Armos, it had entered your space. This wolf has a icy presence around him. By the way, Drell, to the end of your next turn, you have half movement. And Armos, so do you, as you see your spectral wings begin to frost over. As this ethereal frost begins to
over it.
as this ethereal frost like lightly coats your spectral wings as your movement is now half.
Oh, I hate this, dude. Wings suck.
And we're gonna move to initiative 20 minutes.
All right, we got to pick up the speed. Bonus action, click my heels together. So I now have 150 feet of movement. I'm going to go 75 feet to the wolf and start attacking with my rapiers, as it will take the 3d6 fire damage from my Chardalyn Stride. That is 11 points of fire damage on impact. And that is going to be a 28
Hits.
and a 22 to hit, as it will take 24 points of piercing damage. And I will move 75 feet to the east.
So because you stopped and attacked, you entered its icy presence. Does anything prevent you from getting your movement speed reduced? I don't know what a Charlatan stride looks like. Off the cuff.
I think it just increases my movement and that fire damage. I don't think it necessarily prevents that. So it would have the rest of my movement away, I guess.
Yes.
So I will have 30 feet of movement to go away. As I go northeast a little bit.
As you head northeast, you notice that as your feet erupt in this fiery dragon flame that's giving you this speed boost, you notice that those flaming tracks also begin to ice over as it begins to stunt your movement a little bit. You see the ice grow on your feet in the cold.
And as my SIDS freeze over a little bit, they create a little igloo around me as I take partial cover.
I love that. We're going to stay on initiative 20, which is a lair action. As you see the shadowy silhouettes of wolves all begin to howl in unison as the area becomes darker and you feel the area gets colder. You're now at negative 50 degrees. Gentlemen, at negative 50 degrees is when things start to get really, really cold. This is when the jacket starts putting the work in, the coat that Lord Baron had provided you. At negative 50 degrees, you can travel up to 4 hours, but you need to make survival checks after 1 hour or suffer a point of exhaustion. Now, the three of you are in combat and time is much slower, but you do know that the colder it gets, the worse your situation is going to be. The coat can only withstand so much cold before you succumb to it.
Okay.
And Minus is fine right now because of his feather.
Yeah, so the feather is up to negative 50 degrees, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're good with the feather, but you understand the situation that could occur. We're going to move to initiative 11. Armos.
I am going to Misty Step away to get away from this coldness that I'm having. 30 feet straight north towards Drell and in between the wolf and the X. So I'm going to move 20 feet, and I'm going to be just to the right of Drell.
Okay. In between the wolf and the giant axe that's stuck in the ground.
Yes, I'm directly in between the two. And then from here, I am currently 30 feet away from the wolf and about 25-ish feet away from the axe. Perfect. So that was my bonus action. That was my movement. And then I am going to cast Fireball one more time. Seventh level Fireball going straight at the wolf.
That's coming from the staff?
From the staff again, yes.
He fails.
43 damage.
43 points of damage as the wolf howls, as the fur singes as it lands directly onto his big fuzzy wolf chest.
As Armos is flying away from the wolf, he turns around, shoots a fireball, and mutters to Drell, "I think I got a plan." And that will be the end of my turn.
It's going to make a legendary action. As it sees that the three of you are gaining some distance, it's going to howl again into the wind. Everybody make me a wisdom saving throw over DC 23.
12.
28. I used my Dark One's luck on that one.
Dark
28.
One's luck.
Oh, sick. Indomitable. I can re-roll a saving throw, right?
Yep.
You know what? I'm not going to use it on this, though. I think I'm going to save it. That is only an 8.
Drell, Minus, you two take 13 points of psychic damage.
Oh, my head.
Armos, you take nothing because you passed. And it's going, as a part of its legendary action, it is going to move as it runs underneath Armos as it tries to regroup with the axe. And then we're going to move to Drell's initiative. Drell, what are you doing?
My movement is still reduced, right?
No, it is not.
All right. Can I run? Would I be able to take my movement up to the axe and try to grab it?
The axe is too big for you to grab.
But can I touch it?
Yes.
I just want to touch it and see if anything happens.
Yeah, I can say you can do that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to run up and just knowing guessing it's my dad Brax's axe. I'm going to go check the facts and see if anything happens when I put my hand up against it.
So you want to use your movement to run up and touch the bit of the axe.
Yes.
Drell, you run up and you place your palm on the metal bit of the frosted blades axe, and then this swirl and a swarm of memories are suddenly rushed into your mind. The feeling of conflicted souls entwined by fate with anger rushing against each other. You have quick visions of dozens, hundreds, if not possible thousands of monsters being slain by the axes itself. The point of view is not of the wielder, it's of the axe's blade. Ogres, dragons, demons, abominations, aberrations. You see a giant eyeball floating with all these little eyes attached to it being cut in half. And you see these quick visions of fights, and you see magic being thrown back and forth. You see Scoreus for a brief second running and charging into battle with beings larger than giants, clashing blades. You see an older wizard with a brown bushy beard and inflamed hair casting magical spells, meteors falling from the sky as this brown beard wizard is casting meteors as they fall from the sky, crashing onto the battlefield, and you come to as your hand lets go, as if you saw 100 battles within just a second of touching the blade.
Fuck. Okay, yep, I'm pretty sure this is the right sword. I yelled to the guys, yep, I'm pretty sure this is the right one. I think this is my dad's axe. Yeah, so I'm going to then just continue to attack. I would say after those, I think absorbing the visions, Drell is, taken back a little bit. He's obviously still mad, but I don't think he's like in the state of mind he was before that. So I think he's not going to be attacking recklessly anymore. I think he's just going to be attacking like normal.
A more precise attack, more
I believe
calm,
so, yeah.
A focused anger, determined maybe.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Letting cooler heads prevail.
So that is only an 18 to hit on the first one.
That is going to miss.
I thought so. The second attack is going to be a 30.
That hits.
And the last attack is a 26. 50 damage.
50 points of damage and after you land these two attacks, you notice that there is a slew of wounds across Frostoon. Wounds that weren't there before. Wounds that the three of you have been imprinting and inflicting onto this wolf. There's no blood, but this blue energy leaking out of the open wounds and cuts.
I think I'll just look at Frostoon and say, you might have killed my dad, but there's no way in hell I'm gonna let you kill me or my friends.
As it uses a legendary action, it goes to bite you. And with a 31 to hit, that's going to deal 21 points of piercing damage with an additional 12 points of poison damage.
Okay.
And we're going to move to initiative 7, which is Frostoon. And you see Frostoon is going to go ahead and make another set of attacks. He's going to make a claw attack against you, Drell. That's a 34 to hit.
Yeah.
That's going to deal 15 points of slashing damage. He is going to move up a couple of feet, still staying in your attack range, Drell. He's going to claw and bite Armos with a 17 to miss.
Misses.
Yeah.
It lands on it, right? If it lands on a 17.
Meet or beat.
Oh.
So if your AC is a 17, it hits.
Sad noises.
Okay, so it's going to deal 21 points of slashing damage. And then it's going to bite you with a 21 to hit. That's going to be 17 points of piercing damage and no poison damage because you're immune.
Reaction.
Oh, is it? And you take a reaction.
Sentinel attack. So when a creature within 5 feet of you makes attack against another target, you can use this reaction to make a melee weapon attack against this creature.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a 26 to hit.
26 hits.
Okay, nice. Only 25 damage.
Only 25 damage. Still a very nasty hit. We're going, and at the end of Frostdoom's turn, after that sentinel attack, you see that this energy is pouring out. You see his eyes illuminate again. Piercing glacier blue eyes shine through the shrouded darkness around you. And you see his mouth begin to drool with this energy again as he looks at the three of you. We're going to go to the top of the round, initiative 20, Menace.
Citronella! I shout as my flame tongue rapier gets engulfed with flames, and I shatter away the ice that's at my feet. And I burst out of my Sid Igloo and run towards this beast. It's going to take those D6s again of fire damage.
Nice.
Only 9, but it's doing something.
It's definitely doing something.
With my... I get to reroll those. With my main attack action, I am going to do a 22 and a 30 to hit.
22 is the number you're looking for.
That is 20 points of piercing damage. And 8 points of fire damage.
Menace, as you attack him, you fly up with a massive leap and you get a nasty hit on him. Thanks to Drell's sentinel attack, he had half the rest of his health that he had. And with your attack, you see that the light and the drool fade as he lets out a fainting howl. As you see, he stumbles back, almost back into the crater where you found his corpse, as you see that he staggers trying to keep up and then falls next to the blade as you see the slow breathing stop. And then you see the wolves all around in miles in the distance, the silhouette of wolves howl, but it doesn't sound like an intimidating howl. It sounds like a howl of sadness as it cries for a fallen friend.
What are we doing? How are we looking, guys?
I fly down, and while we're in downtime, I'm pretty injured, and I'm going to drink a potion just in case there's more.
Yeah, you could definitely drink a potion.
Yeah. Just in case there's more going on. So as I'm flying down, I'm quickly going through my bag and grabbing a greater health potion and drinking it, and then shouting out to the other guys, "Is he gone?"
Menace is kind of on one knee, breathing really heavily with his flanktum rapier still flaming in the ground.
I think so. Drell is extremely hurt. He's also completely covered in blood, both his and Frostdoom's. And I think he kind of just like wipes his face and just walks over to Frostdoom to take a look and just make sure this thing, you know, that he's thought of his entire life and or the stories he's heard and stuff is like actually dead.
Drell, you walk over to the head of Frostdoom and you're looking at the wounds that you made. And the wounds that you made didn't have any blood. It just leaked this weird blue soul-like energy, ethereal-like energy. As you see that the energy inside him is still glowing, but it's very faint. And then you take a closer look at his face. And although the wolf was fully healed when you fought him, you see scars, much smaller scars of an axe of your size. You see that the wolf was resurrected in a previous battle-worn, battle-hardened state. You can tell that these were the scars from metal blades of some kind. You examine its mouth and you see these massive teeth, dense. You see its tongue split. Like this mouth itself looks like a massive cave. Like you can walk through and you can live in it. That's how wide and jarring this mouth is. And in the distance, you see his actual den. And his den doesn't go deep. It's shallow, but it is a shallow shelter where he can lay down within, or had laid down within in the past. And as the three of you look upon this dead wolf, Drell, you notice something. The light in his eyes quickly flare back up. Blue energy swirls. You feel this cold breath exude from its mouth. You smell the rot and pestilence coming from deep within its body. It shifts and contorts. You see that its leg gets up as it starts to regain its composure, and it gets back on all fours, and you hear the popping of bones within its body, and it cracks its neck And as it cracks its neck, you see that its paws begin to move and it begins to stand up on all fours, and then it howls. As you see it rears up longer and longer as its front paw grabs the axe and stands up on its hind legs. Keeping the same initiative, we are going into phase 2.
Mythic action.
I knew I should have done my thing.
Guys, it's still alive.
And it chokes up onto the axe as it holds it with one hand, and you see its torso, all the wounds begin to close up, but they're still remaining open just a little bit. As you see the energy not only flow through its body, its mouth, its eyes, and the axe itself.
I knew Armo should have did his thing.
I was about to.
You used your free action to heal. Minas used it to catch his breath, and you examined the wolf. Armos, as you are now facing down, Frostoon on its hind legs, standing tall, around 100 feet, a massive giant beast.
Armo seeing that and seeing Drell very wounded, worried about his safety and what's going to come next, he quickly runs over to Drell, which was just a little north of him, next to the wolf. He runs over to him, and as he gets to him, he casts Globe of Invulnerability on himself.
What does that do?
A faint shimmering barrier springs into existence 10 feet around you and remains there for the duration. So I lose it's a concentration, so I lose my other ability. Any 5th level or lower cast from outside the barrier can't affect the creatures within it, even if the spell is casted at a higher level spot, such as spells that target creatures or objects within the barrier. The spells have no effect on them. Similarly, AoE, I'm reading this terribly, sorry. Similarly, I cannot say this word. Why can I not say this word?
Similarly.
Yeah, whatever that is. Similarly, the area within the barrier is excluded from the areas affected by such spells. So you can't use AoE or direct spells is basically what it's saying. Yeah, so hopefully this gives us a moment to catch our breath, but we will see.
Okay, so you are now inside this invisible globe as the wolf just finished howling. It stares at you and Drell inside.
So that was my movement and that was my action. My bonus action, I'm gonna use another potion. And all right, so I got 11 points of health, drinking a health potion as I'm holding my concentration and trying to make sure Drell's all right.
Okay, we're gonna move to initiative 10.
Drell, you look really hurt. I would suggest healing in this time. I don't know how long this is gonna hold.
Yeah, I think you're right. And Drell is going to he is going to spend his entire turn to drink his one and only potion of healing, potion of supreme healing.
Oh, supreme.
Which is 10d4 plus 20, so that should give me 60 HP back.
It sure does.
Thanks, Armos. I definitely need that. And Drell looks significantly better. I think that's it. Actually, I'm going to use my other one. I'm going to do a bonus action second wind. And I'm going to gain an additional 1d10 plus 12 HP. Oh, so that is going to give me 21 HP back.
We're going to move to initiative 7, Frostoon. Standing up on its hind legs, you see its eyes shimmer as it looks at Armos and Drell inside the globe Invulnerability. Then it looks over to Minas, and it's going to make, now in its new form, 4 attacks.
Oh.
It's going to take 2 axe attacks, a claw, and a bite.
Minas, you got this, right?
So its first axe attack was a nat 20.
And the silence goes over the crowd.
The second axe is going to be a 26 to hit. That damage is... Let's do the first 2 first. Between the 2 axe attacks, you're going to take a total... From the 2 axe attacks, as it roars and runs towards you, as its eyes shimmer from looking at the globe of vulnerability, it's going to do 79 points of magical slashing damage.
Oh.
As the first attack critted against you.
Yeah, Minas is down.
No! Minutes!
As the axe clashes twice in a ferocious swing, snow and ice block your vision, Armos and Drell, and then you see as it raises its axe again, but in a chopping motion, another plume of snow and ice lifts through the sky. And you see as it looks down, you see Minis's body on the floor, very bloodied, unconscious as he is down, and you see the wolf kicks Minis over with its foot. It's gonna go ahead and sniff you, and it knows that you're still alive, and it's going to take its last attack as a claw attack, giving you a failed death save.
Oh my god.
As it comes crashing down. We're gonna move to initiative 20, which is Minis, as you have one failed death save already from the extra attack. Please make me another death saving throw.
15.
That passes.
Oh, God.
As blood spews onto the ice as you are face down, you have this massive wound across your back. Drell, almost, you see it is like, these claws are massive and Minis is tiny. You see that his body is very fucked up. His clothes and armor are shredded. He does not look okay by any means. And then we're gonna move to a lair action as the environment gets colder to negative 60 degrees Fahrenheit from the wolves howling, but this time in a very bloodlust shriek. And then we're gonna move to initiative 11, Armos.
That's about all I can do, Drell. We gotta get Minis. You get Minis. I'm gonna handle this guy.
Wait, what?
I cast. I'm gonna try something. Okay. Well, Minis is almost. Hang on. Maybe I can get to Minis. I can definitely get to Minis.
No, just do your plan. It's fine.
Mine will significantly reduce the amount of damage that's coming out, and I think that that's what we need.
Yeah, do your plan. Do whatever you're going to do. It's fine.
I can definitely save Minis. There's no doubt about it. I feel like if Drell does it, it's like a chance. He definitely does more damage. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go for Minis. Just kidding. Change the plans, and I Misty Step over towards. Well, I guess I don't even have to. Well, wait. Am I slowed still?
Yes, you are in.
Oh, I am? Okay. So then I have to Misty Step and then make it over to Minis. Minis is currently south of the monster, and he is 40 feet away from me and Drell. I'm going to Misty Step towards him, and as I get there, I'm going to be like, hang on, buddy, and I put us both in a force cage.
Yeah, that works. Absolutely. You teleport over, and you make this shimmering, invisible force cage or cube?
Is a cube.
Cube.
The cube's the invulnerable one.
Yes. Just want to make sure. So you use force cage to create a cube around you, an unconscious Minis. What else are you doing?
That is my movement, my action, and my bonus action. So I don't think I could do anything else.
As you Misty Step over and cast Force Cage, it's going to use a legendary action as it tries to claw at you on your way down. And as it claws, it's met with the force of your Force Cage and blocks, and it makes a reverberation as you see the wolf snarl and growl in rage. As you see this ice drip from its mouth. And it looks to Drell. Almost has just put himself in a Force Cube with an unconscious Minis. What are you doing?
So even if I could get to Minis now, I can't do anything because I can't get through the cage, right?
Right.
I will then just try to take all of Frostdoon's attention by killing him. And I'm gonna continue to seeing what he did to Minis just makes me go into a rage again, and then I am gonna just attack him because Drell is he's distraught from what he saw done to his friend while Drell was in a invulnerable bubble drinking a potion. So this is definitely going to be recklessly, and that's going to be a 21 to hit on the first one.
It's going to miss. 22 is the number you need here.
The second one is going to be I'm going to use a luck point on one of those rolls. Oh my gosh. Okay, that is only a 20, so my second attack still misses. And now my third attack is a 30 to hit.
That hits.
That is 24 damage.
You go ahead and you slash him up as he roars in reaction to your attacks. And in between those landing blows and the missing, he's actually trying to counter, and he's fighting almost as if he's fighting like you or another axe-wielding warrior. He's not swinging blindly like a wolf holding an axe. He's fighting like a skilled warrior as you're almost trading blows. And because you're so strong, Drell, you're able to glance out of the way from these attacks in between trading blows with each other.
That is going to be my turn.
Okay, we're gonna move to Frostoon as he is going to continue the advance against you. He's going to attack you twice with the axe. It's going to be a 28 to hit.
Okay.
And that's going to be a 27 to hit. The damage on the axe is going to be 22 slashing damage and 18 slashing damage. Magical slashing. So does rage cover magical slashing damage?
Let me look into
Don't believe at your current level it does.
It says resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage. You can't cast or concentrate spells while raging. Your rage ends early if you're knocked unconscious, or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature.
There are paths you can take with Barbarian, which makes it covers magical damage at later levels. Okay,
That's fine.
so you're gonna take the full damage because it's a magical weapon, and then it's going to make a claw attack against you, which is normal slashing. That's gonna be a 31 to hit, so that's going to be 21 half. And then it's going to make a bite against you with a nat 1 as his face slams into the ice as you dodge out of the way from its ferocious, poisonous bite attack. And we're going to go up to initiative 20.
Reaction.
Oh,
I would like to riposte that attack
you're riposting the missed bite. Absolutely.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll the hit.
with a 29 hit.
Hits.
33 damage.
With that, we're going to move to initiative 20 to an unconscious Menace who needs to make a death saving throw with 1 failure and 1 pass.
As a fail, it's a 3.
Hang in there, Menace.
You spit up blood. We're gonna go to a lair action as the wolves begin to howl and they begin to chant. The howls sound almost like they feel threatening. The area itself is becoming darker, denser, and colder as we are now moving to negative 70 degrees. And the wolves begin to move down the hill. Now, these wolves are miles away, but they are very large. We're gonna move to initiative 11, Armos.
I'm patching up Menace. That is what I'm doing for my turn. I'm gonna give him a potion. So 1 potion of greater healing is currently what I'm gonna give him. So hang in there, Menace. Here, drink this. And I am running low on those things. So is he just back up?
Yes, the potion brings him back up. You roll Menace over onto his back. You lift him up by the back of his mane and you pour this potion into Menace's mouth. And he gains how much?
14.
What happened?
I've never seen someone get hit so hard in my life. I can't believe you're alive. I mean, we have this fully under control. I would get ready. This dark sphere is about to get a whole lot brighter in just a moment.
Menace, you look over from your deathly state and you see that Drell's clashing axes. This massive axe is coming down and Drell's not deflecting it away with his axe, with his giant slayer, and they're trading blows. And you see that as you're waking up, Frostoon goes to bite Drell with a nat 1, but from your point of view, it looks like it swallowed him. But with a nasty riposte, dealing 33 points of damage, you see Frostoon take a limping step back as it snarls and growls in anger as they continue to trade blows with one another. Almost, you still have a bonus action. What are you using it? Or main action rather, because the potion was a bonus action.
Can you give him a second one or no?
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna give him a second one. Yeah, I'm just gonna give him another one. Like, I mean, why not? So
Yeah.
I'll give him a second one. So this one is on my action, so he gets the maximum number, right?
Yes.
Here you go, Menace. You know what? Here, have them all. I give him another one.
What, bro?
That's what, 20 health, right?
This is not pudding.
You give him another potion. As we move to initiative 10, Drell, clashing blows. God, Frostoon, what are you doing?
Drell looks over and he sees Armos helping Menace and sees Menace kind of sit up and come to, and now that he knows that Menace is at least tentatively okay, or I guess like at least conscious, he's gonna try to go to work and he's gonna continue to attack recklessly on this Frostoon humanoid axe wielding person now.
Yes.
That's a nat 20.
You need him now more than ever.
That's a second nat 20. I
Get
shit
the
you not.
fuck out of here.
Shit.
Oh my God. I'm looking at the logs, dude.
Yeah.
If you get that third one.
If it wasn't on my screen, I would not believe it.
Oh, okay.
No. That was the second roll for attacking recklessly. I just wanted to see if I. Now this is my third attack. Oh, damn. 21.
It was close. It was close. I would have been fucking hyped if you got 3 crits in a row. Oh, shit.
Not as much damage. I rolled pretty bad on this for it being 2 nat 20s. But that's 85 damage.
Oh, man, that's still a butt ton of damage. That's significant amount of damage still, as you are just laying into him. Your rage is turning into a fury as you're just fighting to save your party members' lives as they're currently trying to catch their breath in this force cube.
Like I said, you are not killing me or my friends.
And you see his mouth gets larger and his eyes become brighter as the soul-like energy exudes through its wounds. We're gonna move to initiative 7, which is Frostoon, and he is going to trade blows back with you with 2 axe attacks, a bite, and a claw. With a 27 to hit,
That'll hit.
a 26 to hit,
That'll hit.
that's going to be 27 points of magical slashing and 29 points of magical slashing. And then you're going to take a claw attack. Oh, and nat 1 as he makes a wide swipe, misses, but then going to come back down with a bite with an 18 to miss.
Reaction.
Ooh. With another reaction on the bite. What are you
The
doing?
last superiority die I have. I'm just gonna look at him and I'm gonna say, my name is Drell of the Ashbourne, son of Brax, and I will fucking kill you. And that's a 26 to hit.
That hits.
That's 31 damage.
You give the meanest, hardest, deadliest riposte of your life. Drell, finish him.
I think that's exactly how I do it. I look over at my friends, and as I told Dory, that we would do this together, and Drell wasn't by himself. Looks at Frostoon, and he makes sure Frostoon knows who's killing him. Drell and Ashbourne, and he just fucking cuts his head off.
Boom! As he comes down with that bite, you deliver that epic speech. With your giant slayer gripped between your hands, you give the deadliest post and the meanest uppercut that anyone has ever seen as you slice the head off Frostoon as he's using his own weight, 100,000 pounds by the way, coming down onto the blade as his head becomes severed, as the white fur immediately dissipates across his body. You see the falling of wolf bones crash onto the floor as the axe spins, lands into the snow, hilt side up, as the rest of the flesh begins to evaporate. As you see this fully separated wolf skull land over you, Drell. As you deliver the blow, the killing blow, you see that its face was coming towards you as all of its fur disappears as you stay still, and it's like the mouth of the skull goes right past you seamlessly. You are officially out of combat. It is currently negative 60-degree weather.
Drell doesn't hear this, but me and Menace are cheering in the cube, but he can't hear it. He just sees us.
I am shocked and happy that riposte managed to freaking kill him. That is the perfect, I don't know how that mathematically that landed like that, but that is amazing.
Actually, didn't even roll the superiority die. So I actually had another die of damage.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Drell, what's going through your head right now?
A lot. Yeah, Drell really doesn't know what to think right now. He's in like a really weird place because he finally made it out here. He finally found his dad's axe. To be honest, he didn't think Frostoon was going to be alive, but yeah, he ended up killing him. And I think he's just in a utter state of shock and disbelief.
And this is giving a really shaky thumbs up to Drell from inside the cube as he's casting Cure Wounds on himself and using every feature he's got to give himself some health back.
Yeah, go ahead and heal yourself. Although we are not fully out of the woods yet. You are in negative 70-degree environment. It is freezing.
Are we out of combat? Would you say
out
though?
of combat? You are out of combat.
Do we have any charges on the tent?
So you would not be able to take a long rest here because you are technically in a dungeon, so to speak. There are you still see the shadowy silhouette wolves. There are enemies nearby, quote unquote. This is not a safe place to rest.
Okay.
As per D&D rules.
Is the axe still giant?
It is.
Can I go over and try to grab it?
Indeed, as you walk over to it, you see your father's axe in front of you with its blade lodged into the hard ice and snow. Massive and giant, the axe's size casts a long, looming shadow over you and the group. Now that the axe is no longer being wielded, you sense something calling to you. Voices, not only within your mind, but in your chest. Despite the frigid frost, you feel a rush of blood in your veins, and you seem to be burning up. The axe calls to you. It's enticing you. You feel as if the axe wants to connect to you.
I think Drell maybe gives into it because he's kind of in like a state of, I don't know, he's in like a weird emotional place right now. So I think he just kind of accepts what's happening and he continues to investigate the axe.
You place your palm onto the axe's blade and your vision fades to darkness. Minas, Armos, Drell's body collapses before you. He doesn't collapse to the floor completely. He drops to a knee. His hand is still connected to the bit of the axe. His palm is touching the blade. But you see that he drops to a knee and his other arm goes limp and his head goes down. His eyes closed and his breathing slows. You appear in an empty space, void of light. You know this place. This is the place where you usually speak with Edgar, the dragon within your mind. You look around and it's empty. Blackness, darkness all around you. Darkness all around you. You are not wearing your armor. You do not have your weapons. As a matter of fact, the only thing that's on you is like essentially your night garments. You have a pair of hide pants on and a hide tank top. Maybe have some wrist wraps and you have your boots on, but you do not have any gear. You know that this place isn't physical, but mostly mental. But you feel like all the pain that you had from the fight with Frostoon, it's washed away for the moment. You feel perfectly healthy. Mechanically, you are at max health. You do not have any scars on your body. You look completely normal. And then you hear thundering steps from the darkness. If weight could cause smoke, dust, and rock to appear, it would. However, as far as you know, there's nothing here. The ground is completely dark. And then a face comes into view. A blue dragon with beaten up scales, fiery red eyes, naggled teeth, crooked spikes along its head, and completely battle-torn. It is Edgar, the Unyielding, as he comes into view. Its massive head meets with you. Killing gods now, are we? Oh, Drell, I must admit, even I'm surprised. Its head rears back, revealing its large neck and torso. Who knew your rage could take you such places?
I didn't do it with the rage. I did it with the power that I was given from not only my friends, but my family.
Your family is to thank, but let's really think about it. And he gets close. Who did your family get their power from? Who slayed me? Who cursed your bloodline? The Ashborn's bloodline. It was your ancestors to forever burden you. But I don't see any burdens here. I see blessings. And fire and lightning begin to snap and crackle within its mouth.
You think making the warriors of our tribe sick to the point they go mad and die is a blessing?
A trade for power. Power has a price. You incite your own rage when you think you need it most. And if this isn't the most prime example of rage, then I don't know what is. You should be thanking me for not only saving your life, but your friends' pathetic lives. Without you, without your power, without your anger, you would be dead and they would be dead. Your friend of meat, that pathetic excuse for a minotaur, should have been long gone. But no, me, us.
You're just a sad, sad memory that is sticking around, trying to claim any glory it can take. I stick to it. Me and my friends would have killed that beast with or without my rage and my anger.
Lies! And his wings fell out, revealing his whole body. As you see that his entire body is very messed up. Its wings look like he can't even fly anymore. That's how torn up they are. Its horns are naggled. His mouth is practically bloodied. Its tail is all cut up. His hands, like his claw is missing one of its fingers. And you see that its eyes are very small in this comparison to the rest of its body. You see that half of it is malnourished, but yet very vascular at the same time. You can see the muscle tissue from the torn up scales. This is the state in which he had originally died in.
My legacy is my legacy, and your legacy is my legacy. The more you fight, the more you kill, the angrier you get, the more your clan dies off and continues to produce offspring. My name lives on forever, because that is your way of life, to fight endlessly, to kill endlessly. And as you kill, I feed, and the blood, the rush, the adrenaline in your veins is delicious. I'm not hearing any thank yous.
We're gonna cut away for a moment. Minas, Armos, as you see Drell in this kneeled position, you see that his hand is glowing blue, and it's moving and its color is shifting between red and blue, almost as if it's the colors and the energy is fighting or competing with each other. And then you notice the fog around the peninsula begins to shift and move clockwise. The wolves are no longer in view, as they seem to fade within the shroud covering the sea of bones. And then you hear some cracks and snaps, jostling of bones, as the sea of bones begins to move. And you feel as if many little things are now rattling in place and beginning to move.
I'm kind of healed up, Armos. Are we okay? Looks like Rustoon's defeated.
Armos is just glaring into the darkness. You know what I mean? Just listening intently on what the hell's happening. I don't think so.
What was that? And Minas starts to look around as well.
You see that there are things moving within the fog. The fog is too dense, but there are creatures surrounding you. Reanimated bones of some kind. However, the shape hasn't revealed itself to you. But it doesn't sound like a giant monster, and it's not Frostoon's bones, but the bones of the creatures it may have eaten.
All right, I think we gotta get Drell and get out of here.
We're gonna shift back over to Drell as Edgar is sneering at you.
I'm not hearing any thank yous.
And you'll never get one.
You see his wings flail back. Here he goes. If you refuse to bow, then I will force you.
And we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative and pick it up in next week's session.
Oh my God.
Drell, as you face down Edgar the Unyielding in this dark void with your bare hands.
It's clobbering time.
Drell cracks his knuckles.
I like to think I like punch them together. What an app.
Great fight. I'm actually shocked that the dice had rolled the combat in that favor. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Insane, dude. In most not 20s I've ever rolled in my entire life in
That
one
is
session.
Absolutely nuts. And before we're going to talk about in the after show, Minus almost fucking died. Like,
Yeah.
he almost died. Like,
Yep. Crazy.
I was just going to leave it there. We're definitely going to talk about in the after show.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys what my plan would have been too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
In the alternate reality.
Yeah.
What a crazy episode.
I'm excited for the next one. Will be 2 dragons in one day? Let's see. Let's find out.
2 dragons and a god. That should be the name of the next episode.
Oh my god.
2 down, 1 to go. There it is.
That's amazing. I got a recommendation this week.
All right, let's hear it.
And you're all gonna think I'm nuts. Okay. It's a beverage. It's a limited time beverage, which is why I was so eager to do it this session. Yo, Oreo Coke Zero, bro.
Don't.
Dude, it's so good. I had it yesterday and I was like, holy shit, this tastes amazing. And I got another one today. I'm like, yep, still holds up. That it's so good. It shouldn't taste good, but it's so good. Coke Zero Oreo. Yeah, Oreo Coke Zero.
Zero Oreo. Interesting.
It's like cream soda. It's in that family. So if you don't like cream soda,
Okay.
you're not gonna like this. But it tastes like an Oreo cream soda. Like that's
Are
the
you a
best
big
way to put
cream soda guy?
it. I like cream soda. It's not my go-to.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd rather have like a Coke or like a Diet Pepsi or whatever. I do like root beer, but I do like cream soda, yeah. But this is like really good. I love Oreos too, and it has the essence of an Oreo in it. It's so weird. It shouldn't taste good, but it does.
I have to check it out then.
Yeah. A lot of people, some people don't like it. It's either you love it or hate it. Like I don't think there's an in between with this one.
Where do you get it from? Where'd you get it?
I just got it from a convenience store. I went to a local Wawa on my lunch break, and they have them. You can get them. I think they even sell 12 packs of them in the supermarkets. God. Yeah. It's not like one of those dessert, like it's a dessert drink, right? Like I wouldn't eat it with lunch. I would have it after. That's what I did. But it's not like, oh, I'll have one and you're good. Like you can probably drink like a few of these, like a normal soda. You know, it's not like sweet, like a treat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that was what was throwing me off a little bit.
All right. With that being said,
We're going to go ahead and move on to the Patreon supporters. Give me your most rageful goodbye.
Rawr.
All right. Yeah. And now it's time for the Patreon supporters. Hey, everybody, it's me, your best friend, Kemi Joe. And guess what? I got a new promotion at Lord Baron's Divider. That's right. You're looking at the new Senior Executive Vice President of Magical Goods and Quality Assurance. It's my job to oversee the quality of old and new magical artifacts that come through Lord Baron's Divider. So firstly, a new item has come across my desk that needs to be obtained, known as the Sword of 1,000 Truths. This item actually seems kind of familiar. I can't quite recall where I've heard of this item before, but we need it within our hands because it's perfectly safe here, not in the Kingdom of Aramor. Anyway, I'm going to need a team. Shadow Smugglers, assemble. Benjamin Hayes, you're assigned to Clairvoyance Reconnaissance. It's your job to stake out the magical artifact vault deep within the Aramor magical item and banking system. Learn their routine, guard routes, lunch breaks, and nap times. Benjamin, it's important that you take detailed notes. I want to know when they sneeze, poop, and fart. Dana Pickett, you're the muscle of the group. With your fierce prowess and intimidating killer karate kicks, it's no mystery that you're the 3-time champion of the Kambuki Yal Kumite. Dana, it's your job to keep the team safe. I'm counting on you. Dylan Snyder, master lockpicker and pickpocketer. You're the hands of this operation. Your job is to crack into the vault and obtain the Sword of Truths before anyone even notices. I have no worries you'll be able to pull this off. Watching your hands theft is like watching Yamanuchi on ice. Marcus Rico, you're the brains of the operation. Nobody is more cool and collect than you. Hell, you've already devised 3 plans to get that sword before I even recruited you. That's why you're the best on the team. Marcus, if anything goes wrong, I'm counting on you. And this is your friend Kimmy Joe. I'm counting on you to call the shots, all right? Now, the Bloodshard Bandits will be helping you in this ordeal from a morality standpoint. Amanda Dulong had prepared tools you'll need for the heist. With Amanda's gear, you'll never be left stranded for too long. I'm so sorry for that. I'm sorry. Artemis will be patrolling the perimeter. He's known for beating up bullies, and, well, he's really good at it. He'll keep the coast clear. Rains will be providing refreshments. We're going to be needing snacks, and Rains has the best ones. His mom buys full-size candy bars. Ryan Green will be providing medical. The Sword of 1,000 Truths is very sharp, and Ryan has the fun band-aids with our favorite characters on them. Sly is our information nerd. We may need to fool some guards, and they're going to ask us some coded questions. Sly will have the answer. Tanner Smith is your ride out of Dodge. Tanner will be waiting under the overpass for a quick escape. Tanner is the best in the field. All right, now that the illegal heist is situated, let's move on to the Sidget College alumni. And it looks like our alumni had come back for some extra credit classes. The following students, please listen up for your test scores regarding magical artifact quality assurance. By the way, I rolled a d20 to see how well you guys did on your exams. Andrew Hall, you passed your exam. Your astute detail to the porcupine launcher was on point. Patrick Wennerstrom, you passed the exam too. The notes given on the self-building block set was well constructed. Robert Crisp, you failed your exam. The bag of devouring you examined was misclassified, and we had lost some valuable items in the process. Sergio Rodriguez, you passed the exam. The ring of detection you examined did identify itself as a ring. Good job. Tim, you failed. The orb of confusion was misclassified, and now half of the lower classmen are now eating crayons. And now for our final order of business, let's assign our new Humbreus heroes to some item testing. Let's group up. Chandler Craft, Chips Toot, D&D Virgin 69, and Dayton's, your group will be testing a possible, highly volatile, reusable, exploding dynamite artifact. Please use non-flammable paper when recording your results. Man with Glass, Grant Famine, John Carroll, and Johnny Tarr, you four will be experimenting with the bottomless bucket. Your group has also been assigned a Goblet of Never-Ending Water. Combine the two and see what happens. Julian Bullitt, Caitlin Ann, Odie Mel, Rip Corden, and Will Muller, you five will be doing some magical creature testing. See how the twig of moderate strength matches up against let's see what creature here. 8 wild bears. That's all the assignments for today, and I just want to say thank you for the love and support and everything in between. If you would like to hear your name in the Patreon shoutouts, why don't you go ahead and go to patreon.com/DND404 or go ahead and click the link down below the show notes, and you can find out how you can be a part of these amazing group of shoutouts. And until next time, have a good one.